The year is 80 AD. You are in ancient Rome. It's a hot summer day, and your wife has gone out to visit the public bathhouses with her female friends. She needs to be clean for tonight's gladiator games. But she also wants to hear the latest news about the scandalous affair between Julia Misa and her brother's wife. This is the story of Rome's surprisingly wild public bathrooms. Welcome to my channel. As any self-respecting Roman woman would, your wife has arrived at the Thermae, one of Rome's many famous public bathhouses. Despite being one of the largest cities in the ancient world, there's a startling lack of indoor plumbing. Instead, people have to rely on the generosity of the state to provide them with warm water and places to bathe, which is why bathhouses like these are so popular, and also why they can get a little bit gross. She takes her usual dip in the tepidarium or warm bath, and catches up with her friend Livia. They discuss the latest fashions, hairdos, and the best way to get rid of unwanted cellulite. The wealthy ladies use a type of pumice stone to exfoliate their skin, while the poor might use crushed oyster shells. A full body wax is also very popular. But rather than the strips of cloth used in modern times, the Romans prefer to use tweezers. One slip and you could end up looking like this. The ladies all shriek with laughter. The first emperor of Rome, Augustus, was so disgusted by the sight of bare female nipples that he banned women from plucking their underarm or pubic hair. He was too much of a stick in the mud, thought Livia. Her friend Cornelia had an even wilder story. At the last gladiator game, she saw Cornelia's sister-in-law Fulvia sneaking around with a handsome young gladiator. She hadn't seen him since he was a small boy. But now he was a grown man, tall, dark, and handsome, with a killer left hook. "Oh, you know," Cornelia whispered to Livia, "the one with the cock like a Roman candle." Livia blushed. She knew what Cornelia meant. She had seen the young gladiator's impressive package during a private audience. The women all giggled. Who knew gladiators had such huge... But the giggles stop short when a woman enters the room. It's Marcus Aurelius's wife Faustina the Younger, and she is not happy. She hates it when people talk about her husband's famous wood because it's not big at all. In fact, it's kind of small. If you want to hear more about the size of Roman male members, stay tuned until the end of the video. After a few hours of gossiping, the ladies are ready to head home. But first they need to relieve themselves. They head to the latrone, the public toilets. Despite having luxurious homes with their own private bathrooms, rich women often choose to use the public toilets instead. That's because the emperor has recently renovated them. Instead of those disgusting old squat toilets, every stall now has its own private marble throne. It feels like visiting the palace. Each toilet is decorated with paintings of mythological heroes and scenes from the latest theatrical productions. There are even heating pads built into the seats. And although the toilets are still shared, the stalls are designed to offer a degree of privacy. In fact, they're sort of like a Roman spa. On the wall hang containers of perfume made from cedarwood, frankincense, and rose. Women can cover themselves in scented oil before doing their business, and then wash their hands in the basin built into the wall, which explains why the toilets smell like an expensive brothel instead of human waste. But not everyone is so lucky. Some of the toilets don't have doors, and the urine is starting to drip from the ceiling. So beware of falling masonry. Also watch out for purse snatchers. As the women finish relieving themselves, a group of beggars and prostitutes rush in and begin emptying their bladders against the walls. Having done their business, our heroines are ready to leave. As they walk down the street, they notice crowds of people gathered around a building. What's going on here is none of their business. The women ignore the commotion and continue walking. It's not long before they reach their destination, the Forum Magnum, the center of public life in ancient Rome. It looks nothing like the abandoned ruin we see today. Instead, it's a bustling hub of activity filled with shops, merchants, and politicians. The women duck through the crowds, eager to get home before their husbands return from the gladiator games. But they have to wait a few minutes for the all clear. Not because their husbands are angry if they come home early and find their wives missing, but because of the streets. Ancient Rome is a filthy city. To avoid stepping in, animal feces, or worse, the women wear sandals, but even those aren't always enough protection. The streets are filled with all kinds of surprises. The women have heard rumors that a donkey has been spotted carrying a basket full of live snakes around the city. It's unclear whether this is a new form of entertainment or a bizarre kind of magic, but either way, the women are wary of what they can't see. At the Forum Magnum, it's particularly dangerous to go off alone because thieves are known to operate here. One minute you're admiring a beautiful mosaic, and the next some quick fingers have relieved you of your purse. Finally, the coast is clear. The women hurry home, grateful to be out of the stifling heat of the day. Their servants open the doors and lead them to their private bathrooms. They wash themselves with cold water and put on perfume. Then they throw on the finest linen and prepare themselves for a night out at the theater. Meanwhile, across town, men are enjoying a more traditional Roman bathroom experience. The nude male form is celebrated in art, literature, and architecture throughout the empire. But that doesn't mean Romans are comfortable with public nudity. Male bathhouses are segregated by gender and age. Young boys under the age of puberty bathe with older male relatives. Once they reach manhood, they join the adult male baths naked. These communal bathrooms are an important part of Roman culture. The public baths are more than just a place to wash. They are a community space where men of all ages can come together to relax and socialize. The old men sit around the tepidarium chatting about politics and philosophy. The young men work out in the palestra, the gymnasium, where they exercise and train for the military. The athletes train in the stadium, the structure that gives us our word for sports. Today, the modern Olympics were inspired by the ancient Olympic Games held in the Roman Empire. Back then, the main event was chariot racing, followed by wrestling, javelin, throwing, and boxing. Sometimes they even changed chariots to chariots and let them pull each other around. They called it a trope. Once the men are finished exercising, they head to the frigidarium, the cold bath. The most popular pastime among the patrons of the public bathhouses is smoking. The smoke rises from the hot coals in the hypocaust, the furnace beneath the floor. The hot rocks radiate warmth throughout the bathroom, making it a pleasant place to relax. Patrons will often buy a small blanket to wrap themselves in while they chat and play games. Gambling is extremely popular in the Roman Empire, and the public bathrooms are no exception. Men will often bet on everything from athletic competitions to the outcome of the gladiator games. It's not uncommon for a patron to win or lose enough money to buy himself a bathhouse. Sometimes the fun goes beyond the baths. Prostitutes and fortune tellers often visit the public bathrooms and will offer their services to anyone willing to pay the price. But not all patrons are interested in sex or gambling. Some just want a place to relax. The dry sauna is extremely popular in the public baths, and the men will spend hours lounging around, talking about anything and everything. It's not unusual for a Roman to spend an entire day at the baths, eating, drinking, and socializing. The public baths are more than just a place to get clean. They are a microcosm of Roman society, a place where men from all walks of life can come together and enjoy the simple pleasures of friendship, food, and drink. They are a place where men can let loose and be themselves. They are the Roman equivalent of the Wild West, a place where anything goes and where men are free to do as they please. If you enjoyed this video, check out the series where we explore the bizarre world of Roman taverns. Or watch this video about dirty facts you didn't know about the Colosseum.